my disclaimer is, if you're not really a handyman, do not attempt to do this. These videos are for people who are professionals or semi-professionals and have these particular tools. Building a fence is not hard, but it takes a lot of work and a lot of time to get it done. You can get it done with Ryobi tools and Craftsman tools, but it's going to be hard and it's going to be a strain on your hand or your muscles because it's going to be a lot more work. Now, I don't like pneumatic tools because you got to carry around a hose and all this and that, and I know they got the new cordless ones, but I'm not like that, you know. If anything, right now I'm just going to use the screws. I put 2 screws on the picket, one to just to hold it, and then later on put a nail or with a cordless nail gun or something and do that at the end to make sure they're attached. But the screws are better because, you know, they actually screw onto the wood and keep it in place instead of popping out. Now, like I said, this is a very big project. You can get an excavator and it will help a lot. It's $300 a day though, but you got to learn how to use the tool. You cannot break anything, you know, hoses, pipes. You got to call 811 that, you know, to track down your lines and everything, so in case you do get a mini excavator or something, you don't break anything, because it can cost a lot of money. It can go from something very cheap to 500 to 5,000. You just don't know. With a mini excavator, it's better to have a professional driving that, so you know that you're not gonna hit anything, and it's gonna be a lot easier with the excavator. But like I said, with machines, you can jeopardize to lose a lot of money also. Now imagine this: you have to pick up 500 pieces at Home Depot, then you put those 500 pieces on your truck, then you're gonna have to drive it to the location and then drop those 500 pieces or to 1,000 there. Now of course you can order it and they can drop it off at your house or something, but sometimes they charge for that, or they do it on their own time, or you know, you have to look through these woods and check out which are the best ones for you, because you know they're not going to go through the wood and check out the best ones. They can just give you the worst ones. That's another thing. You got to go to check out the wood and everything. Also, dealing with bags of concrete, you have to get bags and bags and bags of concrete. I bring about 4 or 5 bags a day, you know, just to hold a little bit and put it in the back of my truck, and then I just scoop it with a shovel and put it in a bucket and make it easier for myself. Like I said, this is very demanding, hard work. You cannot just expect to do it. It's easy per se, but you got to do a lot of digging, and it's a lot of physical manual labor. Strength, longevity, you know, you have to have energy. Every day I wake up, I don't want to dig a hole, but you have to. That's part of the job, and it comes with it. And just to give you a quick glimpse of what's to come, imagine this for 4 hours. Now, another thing that I like about my truck is that I have these Chevron signs in the back of the truck, and my lights. The top lights are for the 18-wheelers, and the side lights are for the cars at night. Okay, and here are some of the tools you're going to need for fencing. I use an impact personally. You can use a drill if you want to, but I like my impact. You can use a nail gun, but if you nail the pickets to the wood and it comes out wrong, you actually screwed, pun intended. Because then you gotta pop them out, and then you gotta use one of these, the flat bars, to pop them out. This is another little handy tool. This is an old tool, but a lot of experience. You need a square, a level, a big level, and now I also have my little pilot bit. I have my little screw tip, I already said. I have my hammer. I have my hammer drill. You never know, you might need it. Got a little chip mold. Your Sawzall, very important. This is a very important tool for demolition. You can also use the circular saw, but the Sawzall can go through harder stuff and faster. And the circular saw, you might damage it with the nails or the screws. Of course, all these are batteries, so you got to make sure they're all charged and everything. I have my shovels. I have a spade, a square, and also have this elongated shovel. And usually I use my post hole digger. I use this one. I take them apart and use it as a shovel. That's my little trade secret for y'all, because this is actually a perfect way to make the hole perfectly and you don't have to do a lot more work. So that I traded it for this one because it's actually more sturdy and it sort of does the same job. And I have this cart right here. It's very useful. So this is my personal cart. I always have it, but if you're a fencing guy, you know, you might not even see the value of having a cart, but this is pretty good. Another little thing you might need is a tape measure and some line, and that's about it. Also, getting a 100-foot tape measure is a good idea. I ended up buying this DeWalt 100-foot tape measure, I think for like 25 bucks, 20 bucks. But just remember, if you're gonna use it in the mud and the dirt, you're gonna have to wash it, just like I'm doing it here. I got some soap in the bucket and washing it clean. And also about abusing your truck. Don't abuse your truck. I mean, yes, it's a working man truck and it does everything, but there are particular trucks for particular things. Towing is a main thing, because if you're towing big stuff, big trailers, you know, it's not good to go uphill because you can really mess up your transmission. Every time I pick up a big load, I always think about, where do I go on the flat surface? You have to think about those things, because I knew a friend, you know, he used to carry trailers. He carried a mobile home or something like that, and he drove here from Houston to Dallas a couple times, 6 times, broke his transmission from the company truck. Then he used his own truck to go up back and forth to Dallas, and it also broke his transmission. He was wondering why, because he was just going crazy with it, not worrying about it, and it broke his transmission.